Hi everyone. Okay, I'm Vijaya, and I'm with the Developer Relations Group in Google Hyderabad. And today I'm presenting, proxy presenting for Minglebox, which is a container based in India. So, Minglebox basically it's a social site, like I said, based in India, and their primary focus are students. They're not restricted to students, but their primary focus are students. And their social network is students, colleges, campuses, and career providers. So here are some demographics on their site. So they have 2 million plus campus users, 5,000 plus colleges. So they're the largest campus network. And they currently have a live implementation on, or the production site is open social compliant. And they also have developer access to the sandbox. It's an alpha release which came out just a few days ago. So this is an overview of the container. So basically, they're based off of Shindig, and their gadget server is kind of taken from Shindig. When they started developing, that was primarily what Shindig had, and that's what they started off with. And then they built the custom servers for the social data, the app data, the messaging, and all the other APIs. They have developed client-side caching for social data, which can be accessed across different apps. This is for latency. So like I said, they're 0.7 open social spec compliant. They're working on the 0.8 spec compliancy right now. And all the data exchange between the app data servers and all these and the Minglebox servers is basically XML based. So just going over the basic API categories. So they have the person APIs, the owner and viewer roles, and any arbitrary user IDs, just like the spec says. And they have limited support for the fields, like all the basic fields. And the relationships basically are, friends is the relationship that is implemented right now, but they're also looking at members, readers, because those are more in context for them in terms of campuses having students, or communities having members. The activities, so basic updates are implemented, and they also support some amount of HTML, limited amount of HTML in the content of these updates. And there's also work is also going on in terms of supporting templates, having, like you can see here, the dollar canvas URL, the dollar viewer.thumbnail URL. So they're trying to work out where they can, it's kind of keyword replacements. The messaging API, that's implemented too, and they support internal mail, public chit chat, it's like the IM, public email, external email, and notification is only one that's still being worked on. And there's also support for HTML within the content of these messages. And of course, they have the persistence API, the app data API is implemented. Some of the extensions that are in the works are owner abstraction. So sites like Orkut, basically the concept, the roles that are defined are users are the owners of apps. But for Minglebox's context, they're working on making communities or campuses also being owners of objects. So based on that, the relationships change. So if it's a user, it's friends is kind of the relationship. And if it's campus, the students are the relationship. So those abstractions are also in the work. And there's also some performance improvements that are being they're in the work right now. So like making the profile page content be static versus dynamic. So making it as a part of the app data for the application itself, so that whenever the profile page is loaded, it's actually rendered not as dynamic content, but as static content. In terms of developer support right now, so they do have, like I said, an alpha sandbox, and I'll show you the URL to the wiki, which actually points you to the sandbox. And so basically, in this, you can register as a user with Minglebox, and then just go to the sandbox site. And there is an app developer application that you can install in your profile. And using that, you can upload your own gadget spec. And once you test it, you can actually submit it. It's basically just email your URL to developer at Minglebox, and they'll review your app and then publish it to the directory. And there's also, whenever you develop an app, whenever you upload an app, you get a community page and forums so that the users of your app can discuss about it. So here's the wiki. Sorry, it's a little bit light, but that's the open social wiki, which points you to Minglebox. And there you can see more information about Minglebox and how to install the developer app. And if you have any questions about any application-related questions, you can always email to developer at Minglebox. So that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Vijaya.